Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to chapter 6, repetitive statement. Repetitive statement, also known as loops and iteration. Okay, basically this is where computers do repetitive tasks that we human don't want to do. This is where the real power and the real benefit of computers happen. Okay, each time through the loop we have to do something smart, but we can tell a computer to do it a million times really quite easily. Okay, this is the purpose of a repetitive statement. Okay, as the lesson outcome, okay, we should be able to explain the concept of loop and iteration in C programming, and also explain and apply break and continue statement in C programming. And so the basic idea of loop is that at some point in the code, we run the code and then we go back up. Okay, the idea is that you have done something and let's go do that again. And the way that we express that in C programming is with a couple of keywords. Okay, one of the keyword is while keyword, and the other is for keyword. Okay, and I will use the while keyword to explain the concept of loop or iteration, and in other video we will explain more about while and for statement. Okay, while statement and for statement. Okay, let's use this program to explain the concept of loops or iteration. So here we have integer count, which is initialized as 5, and then we have the while statement here. Okay, so here the while statement is just a question. Okay, is counter greater than 0? And this will lead to a true or false answer. If it is true, and then this code will be executed, and if it not true, this code will be skipped. Okay, and in that respect, it is exactly the same as if statement. Okay, you could say that if count was greater than 0, which is true, 5 greater than 0, run this code, otherwise skip this code. But that's what thing get a little bit different for the while statement, okay, compared to if statement. Okay, so let's look at this code closely. Okay, so the first one is true, 5 greater than 0, then it will print 5. Okay, it will print 5, and then after that count is subtract by 1, which make the count value become 4. Okay, so for while statement, it will go up again and it's recheck the question, and as long as count is greater than 0, it will loop and loop. Okay, it will print 4, 3, 2, 1. When count equal to 1 and then subtract by 1, count becomes 0, and when count becomes 0, it will go up again, and then recheck if count is greater than 0 or not, then the answer is no. So here become false, and then it will go here. Okay, it will skip this one and straightly go to printf finish. Okay, and then it will print finish, and then print the value of count. Okay, okay, so we came out of the loop, the count was 0. So here an important part of any loop is what we call it iteration variable. Okay, that change each time through a loop, and that is something that change, because if you don't change anything in the loop, then the loop is going to run forever. Okay, so we need something. So in this case, the variable count is the iteration variable. Okay, let's look at another type of loop, which is infinite loop. Okay, let's say here we have count equal to 5, and then after that we will check whether count is larger than 0. If count is larger than 0, we will execute the printf, and then we go back up, and then we will check again whether count is larger than 5. So it's still 5 larger than 0, and it's still 5, so it's larger than 0, and this will repeat infinitely, okay, until our computer battery runs out. Okay, so we need somehow to have an iteration variable that change. And in the previous example that I showed to you, we have count equal to count minus 1, so that the variable eventually went from true, okay, and then true, and finally it become false when count equal to 0. This question become false, and which get us out of the loop, okay, so that we can get out of the loop. Okay, this variable that we use to control it is what we call iteration variable, okay, because it's control how long the iteration run and when the iteration stop. Okay, so this example, okay, this example is infinite loop because we are not affecting the iteration variable, which is the count. So here we have another version of loop, which is it just skip the while function, the body of loop, because the iteration variable that we use here is false. Okay, count equal to 0, and if count larger than 0, so it just keep it and will not run these two statements. It's okay, it just basically function like an if statement.